Hey, let's review Tomodachi Game. Hello people, Seku-Senpai here, and as the title says, today we are here to review the mind-bending, psychological, friendship-breaking anime for the spring 2022 anime season, Tomodachi Game. So sit back, relax, and grab some snacks because we're in for an exciting ride. Let's do this! Tomodachi Game is originally a manga written by Yamaguchi Makoto with art by Sato Yuki. It's serialized in Basatsu Shonen magazine and has been since December 2013. If you've seen any works by Yamaguchi Makoto, then you already know the twisted, sadistic, and bizarre situations he puts his characters in, and the stories he writes, and Tomodachi Game delivers. The anime adaptation is by Okuruto Noboru Studio, whose previous works are quite a contrast in direction and plot, and is directed by Ogura Hirofumi, who also directed Cells at Work Season 2, Black Butler Season 2, Area no Kishi, and a couple other anime. Tomodachi Game is a storyline that follows 5 friends: Katagiri Yuuichi, Sawaragi Shiho, Mikasa Tenji, Kokorogi Yutori, and Shibe Makoto, who are thrown into a friendship-breaking game tutorially called Tomodachi Game. In each game, they have to play games where players and friends work together with the goal of lowering whatever depth they have. But of course, not everyone is always there to be a team player. In the case of this story, the reason why everyone is here playing the games is because one of them stole 20 million yen that was going to be used for their class trip. As the story goes on, truths are revealed, trust is destroyed, and questions regarding their friendship are continuously brought up. Similarly, as a viewer, we are even questioning continuously whether or not we can trust these characters and what they have to say, which I really love. The fact that, though each one shares a somewhat typical character trope that we see in other anime, there's also the flip side that they are probably hiding a secret that is the alternative to the appearance that they have on the surface. For instance, Yuichi, our main character, is seen as a central figure in their friend group, sharing a touching memory with everyone. But at the same time, he is insane! This dude is off the rails in this anime. When you think Katagiri Yuichi is going to do something, he takes things a step further. Likewise, other characters can be the complete opposite. Instead of someone hiding a far more extreme side to them, we have others who have an alternative, more reserved and discreet side. In the games, these other sides are revealed and continue the theme of questioning how well do we know our friends, and testing their trust in each other. Speaking of games, I initially thought this entire series was going to be a Battle Royale type of game similar to As the Gods Will or Alice in Borderland, but less sci-fi, and I'm glad to be wrong. Each game has intricate rules, with of course some that you can bend. But in my personal opinion, I did find some of these rules to be somewhat confusing at times. Mainly in the second game, probably because they had several ones causing me to forget what some of them were. Regardless, when you know what's at stake, whether it be more money added to your debt, or a big secret being revealed, it always has me on the edge of the seat. For the first game, we are mainly acquainted with the atmosphere of the Tomodachi games, the chemistry between each of the friends, and learning some of the basic rules. By the end of the first game, most depths are lowered, but the question remains in everyone's head: who is the one that stole the money? During the second game, this is when things begin to heat up. Throughout the game, due to its rules, the past and secrets of some characters are brought up. We learn that Kokorogi was bullied in the past, and the only way for her to earn money to give to her bullies was to date various old guys. Basically a sugar daddy. Shibe's dad is a corrupt politician, and the biggest one in the end, Tenji, the calm and collected one, is the person who stole the money. For most of this game, I love how we follow his thought process, and the acting. Oh, the acting. But thanks to Big Brain Yuichi, Tenji is exposed, with the game ending on an unexpected note, and Yuichi declaring to take on the Tomodachi Game heads. For Game 3, a very interesting game, we got to see another Tomodachi Game group. By the way, our main group is Group C, and the players who they are against are Group K. For this game, it's a simple game of hide and seek. But prior to then, both Yuichi and Tenji are both starved for 3 days, with only one bottle of water to share. We learn that Tenji has actually done Tomodachi Game before, surprise surprise, and the reason is because of Sawaragi.
What?
Basically causing Tenji's old friends to simp and argue over her. As a result, they end up in debt, play the Tomodachi game. He tells his father, and since his father is friends with Sawaragi's dad, who's also the police chief, he asks for help. But due to such, Tenji believes that Sawaragi has some secret ties to Tomodachi Game, and since this is tied to Yuichi's goal, they work as a team. Oh yeah, remember how I mentioned the hide and seek game was simple? For this game, the hider cannot move, so for several days, Tenji is starving by himself going crazy. And you think that's wild. This guy Yuichi is on some demon time, observing members of Group K and antagonizing them the entire time, even making crazy moves just to achieve his goal, and it just escalates more and more. By the end, Group C is again victorious. Also, Maria is the best girl, man, just saying. With some downtime before the next game, Yuichi and Tenji get to see the real world, and learn that Shibe, well, he apparently killed his dad. And Kokorogi is now captured with some bonus round of Tomodachi Game. Yuichi is the only one that goes, and things get crazy. He's punched, stabbed, and has his nails torn out. But still, this guy wants to throw their hands! Are you serious? And with some more big brain moves, and a surprise reveal that this actually isn't a Tomodachi game, it's some rip-off game that some dude was trying to do, Yuichi is ready to exact revenge. But due to blood loss, he is sent to the hospital, and Tenji with Kokorogi decide to take on the next Tomodachi game to lure the 500 million debt associated with now Shibe. And yeah, that was more or less a quick summary of Tomodachi Game, which was really entertaining. Not only because of the story, but really the characters brought more interest for me personally. Seeing the dark, twisted side Yuichi and peeling the many layers that he has, each episode was a wild ride. Not to mention the many layers other characters had, even more secrets and things to be revealed on each of them. The animation also assisted this by creating a nice compilation of twisted faces that I could use for thumbnails. If you enjoyed Tomodachi Game, a few anime and manga you might also like are Danganronpa, Alice in Borderland, and Mayanaka no Cross Method, which is actually another work by the original creator of Tomodachi Game. Well, anyways, thank you all for tuning in for this. It was a short little review I had for Tomodachi Game. I literally wrote this after I watched the show, so some thoughts I had on it, initial things. If you want to see some of my other thoughts I had on it, feel free to check out my reactions and reviews of it that I had weekly for the show for each episode. All of them are on my channel. Also had a video up for Dance Dance the Show. I did a review of that show, and I'm planning on doing a review for some other anime airing as well. Yeah, I think Skeleton Knight's the next show I might do a review on. It might be a quick one too, because I don't have much to say for that one other than some bad things. But not completely bad things. The show's alright. You check that video out in the future and you know what I thought about Skeleton Knight. But for now, thank you for tuning in. Let me know what y'all thought about Tomodachi Game in the comments below. And I'll see y'all for some summer anime soon. Next week I'll probably have a video up talking about what shows I'll be watching for the summer season. So keep an eye out for that. And keep an eye out for some other reviews I have up for shows ending the season. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day, week, year, whenever you're watching this. And that's all I have to say. Peace and out.